Kia ora whānau. Welcome to the Arsenal debate. Today we're going to discuss who we feel like is the best defender at Arsenal this season. I'm Amit, this is Nav. Welcome. So we're going to get straight into it, man.
Yeah.
So who do you think's the best player? Best defender in our team?
Yeah, Gabriel, done. Over.
In the discussion.
Nah, I mean,
It's quite tough. It's
quite
not
tough,
as
yeah.
easy as that, I would
Yeah.
say. I guess stats-wise, if you look at all of his stats, he's probably leading the way
yeah.
in terms of our team. But
Well, I think it's going to be a mix of stats and probably what we call the eye test,
Yeah.
right? Because we watch him, we watch these guys week in, week
stats is
out.
one thing. Like, someone might just be playing for the stats.
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
there's guys in our team that have done a bloody brilliant job.
Yeah.
And, their stats doesn't really show for it.
Yeah, so I'm guessing, I mean, for me, top two defenders at the club is going to be between Saliba and Gabriel. Is that two that you would agree with?
I would have to go with Gabriel, yeah.
Yeah.
And probably, in a way, Zinchenko.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you think Zinchenko's been the better defender?
And I'm going to go with the fact, not, like you said, it's just the eye-catching sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
It's more because of the influence he has on the way we play.
Yeah.
Now, as a defender, yeah, probably he's got a lot of, things that, like he can be like a weak link. There's defending side of his game. But then
we are debating defenders. So.
I know, but as in like, I guess what he brings to our defense is something different. He's our outlet sort of always. If we're kind of stuck, I guess it's called defending with the ball.
Yeah.
In position defending.
Yeah.
I guess his off the ball defending probably is a bit debatable. Not as probably the same level as Saliba's. I feel like Saliba's positioning, his actual defense, complements Gabriel really well.
Yeah.
But I just didn't want to choose both our centre backs.
Yeah.
And then Zinchenko's probably been one of my favourite players this year. So-
Okay. So we got three people, we would say.
Yeah.
Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko.
I mean, you can give a shout out to Ben White too.
Yeah.
Like he has. You can't just say the other three have been way better than him.
Ben White's he's transformed into a brilliant player this season,
Yeah.
and the fact that he's playing right back,
Mm.
where we haven't seen him play before, and he's doing bits this season. And yeah, it is true that, I mean, it's so hard to pick between any of them, but if I had to leave one of them out, I'd probably leave Ben White out.
Yeah. Kind of like that question: who you'd go on a date with, who you'd marry, and
Well, who would you marry? Zinny?
Sounds like it. I'm always praising the guy. I marry Zinny.
Nah. Okay, well, how about we, we'll go... You go for Zinni and I'll go for Gabriel. I think Saliba, it's been his first season. I would like to say that Saliba, maybe in a way, has transformed our defense. Just having him come into that centre-back position where he sweeps up so much, especially down Ben White's side. Anything that comes down that right-hand side, Saliba's got it covered. And I think he's a big reason for why our defense has transformed this season. And he's been great. He's had 82 clearances. He's had 42 headed clearances. 206 recoveries this season.
Not many errors.
Yeah, he's only had one error leading to a goal. So, I mean, shout out to him. But if you think it's Zinni's probably our best defender.
Yeah, I mean, like
Then-
even going forward, Zinni, I think he's only got a couple of assists.
Yeah.
He's only got one goal.
Yeah.
And like stats wise, like I was saying, his defending stats, like he doesn't have the most recovery. He's not even in like the top 40 or whatever. But I feel like it's more that like it's because he's so good on the ball that we don't need to defend. Like you see that most of these stats, Arsenal players aren't even in the top 20 Like, you know, we don't have to tackle, we don't have to make interceptions, we don't have to make recovery last ditch challenges because we keep the ball.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is got to do with Zinchenko. And that's
true.
because he's kind of like we keep saying we've changed the way we've played, but what that means is he acts as a 6.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he drops in and he gives that option to our centre backs or our keeper or, you know, Partey to move. So he's always creating space for our defenders. So we hardly ever make mistakes in our third, which is the danger area.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of like a clever way of defending, you know? You don't. The best defenders should have the least tackles because they do all that stuff without even defending.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. That's for me why.
No, that's a fair point. But I think to counter that argument, I think that's because us as a whole team,
as a unit, it's a whole unit,
as the whole team.
Defense is like a team thing as well. You know?
I mean, yeah, but I mean, if your argument is that he helps us keep the ball, our whole team does that, and the way we play helps us to do that.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's a Zinni thing. He plays a part in it, but
I think it's the other thing is like most goals in the Premier League will like come from those transition moments. You know, we lose the ball in a bad place, bang, it's a goal because everyone just punishes you so quick. And I think that's what's changed at Arsenal. You know, we've always been able to score goals. We've always been creative, but we always do dumb shit. We lose the ball in dumb areas because we try and overplay or whatever. And I feel like, and that's why Zinchenko keeps getting picked, man. Like to keep someone like Tierney out, it's not like he doesn't just do it for the sake of it because he likes Zinchenko. Tierney was like our best player last year.
Yeah,
he hardly gets a sniff this year.
Yeah, no, that's true, man. I still think that Gabriel's been our best defender.
I agree. I mean, I'm not saying like you haven't asked me who my best defender is. I just arguing that he's probably like a good, really big shout.
Oh, so he's not your.
He's not my. No, we were talking about our top 2. So he's in my top 2. But I agree.
Oh, you've confused me.
So, yeah, definitely has to be like as a complete defender, has to be Gabriel.
Yeah.
You know, he does all those things that I talked about with Zinchenko, but he's just so strong, and he's like his defense work is amazing. Though, you know, all of the Premier League's best attackers, whoever he's bullied everyone almost this year. His stats kind of speak for it. Like he's our best player, stats wise.
Yeah. So let's go through it. A couple of stats. He has 3 last man tackles.
Yep.
Which means he is the last man before the keeper, and he's made.
And he makes some world class tackles as well. Like, you know, his slide tackling is amazing.
His recovery rate is excellent.
Yeah.
He's had 100 clearances. He's had 58 headed clearances, which is he's a beast in the air.
Yeah.
He's had 25 interceptions, and he's leading top in interceptions.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's just the eye test that we see every week in, week out, what, you know, the stats don't pick up. Man he's a beast. He's on another level. The way he performs on that left-hand side by himself, because he covers Zinchenko and his own position. And with that, there's not many that can get past him.
Yeah.
So for me, taking both of those things combined, I think he's probably just edges everyone else to be our best defender.
He's a complete player, right? Like we was talking about Zinchenko on the impact he's had. You was talking about Saliba as well, but Gabriel, complete. This year he's come in his own. Like he's the mature guy at that back 4. He's the guy that kind of commands everything. It looks like, you know, as a defensive unit, he's the guy. He's the main guy, and then the others kind of have other roles.
And how do you compare him to probably say Saliba, which is?
I think Saliba, like he's been. I mean, don't get me wrong, he's been amazing this year. There's been games he's probably been better than Gabriel, but overall of the course of the season, I think you know, Gabriel's just performed every single week in, week out. He's just consistent, man.
Yeah, and I think that's the key to why probably Gabriel is our best defender, is because his consistency every week. I don't think there's one week where there was maybe like somewhere in the middle of the season. There's like a slight dip, or towards the start of the season, where he had a slight dip in performances. But I think that was also highlighted because Saliba came into the team and he was so good, and he had such an impact on our team, and everyone was upping Saliba, such a young guy, and he was having such a good impact that it made Gabriel look worse than he potentially was. And I don't think he was ever that bad. He was just like an average performance.
I think it just shifted our attention, right? He was still, I feel like he didn't really have a bad game at all. Like, yeah, he must have made an error here or there. Everyone does, but he's always just been like himself every game almost. And I think it's actually had a big impact on Saliba.
Yeah.
If anything, playing with someone like Gabriel, you can rely on him. He's always got your back. And that's why those two, I think, work really well, and our defense has been pretty good. I think we've got one of the best defenses in the league, least top three.
I think,
least goals conceded, and it's a collective effort, like you're saying. But those two, obviously, the centre backs are the most important part of it all. So both of them have been doing a great job. But you can definitely see Gabriel's experience, in the Premier League coming through.
Yeah.
I think Saliba will get there.
Yeah.
But this season,
I think by next year they'll be both on par, that you won't be able to separate between them.
Yeah, man. It's crazy to see how young both of them are.
Yeah.
And, they're only going to get better.
Yeah.
And more comfortable, and, they're just going to dominate.
Yeah.
And it's exciting.
It is, man. It's so exciting. And, despite us having reasons to say Zinchenko or Ben White, even, to be, you could take any of them as a pick, but I think, Saliba and Gabriel as a pair, and then Gabriel this season just been outstanding. I think he's been our best defender, so
we'll give it to you.
Yeah, Gabriel wins this one. So do like and subscribe, and let us know your favorite defender Arsenal this season, and let us know if we're wrong. Yeah,
let's go.